Last time on Fantasy Adventure Machine.
In China, 1227 AD, the Mongols just got their hands on some advanced weaponry. Effie, I'm gonna challenge you here with your trouble aspect of cyborg malware.
Oh, I become angry. Cyborg Effie.
For the crimes of assisting the treacherous Mongols, we sentence you to death.
I'm super sorry, but I don't know who the Mongols are, and I also don't know how I helped them. Do they follow me? Because, I have some really great, tips and tricks that I give my followers, but I promise you it was, unintentional if they were bad guys.
So, the only real question I have is, why are the Mongols treacherous? Did they swear loyalty to you? Is this a civil war thing? Because I've been told we don't interfere in domestic affairs. It's like a prime directive.
I refuse to be put to death because some of my companions wanted cookies.
Now we're a cookie monster. Me want
Good throwback.
cookie. Nom 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 nom.
If anyone's a witch here, it's probably Van Helsing. I understand he kills vampires.
I am a man of God, and that has not happened yet.
While this is happening, Zoo is working on his restraints, I suppose.
Sue's trying to be helpful.
Oh, cool. Hey, so you're trying to escape?
Yeah, so I'm shifting my arms in and out of gorilla mode to try and snap my ropes.
Okay. Let's see here. This would either fall under burglary is more of stealing things. I think this would fall. If you're trying to do it silently and back and forth, you can either break it or you can try and work your hands out of it. So if you're trying to break it, yeah, it would be physique. If you're trying to work your hands out of it, it would be more stealth.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm flexing gorilla muscles to try and break it, right?
Oh yeah, you're still a gorilla.
No.
No.
I'm not a gorilla.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
I'm transforming my arms in and out of gorilla mode to try and snap the restraints.
Okay.
Okay. That is a +5.
So, I think, if you're trying to not quite go into animal form, but just have a few appendages be animal form. I can't say that word.
Just my arms, Dad. Just my arms.
You haven't tried to not go fully into animal yet. So
Okay.
I think, let's make a lore roll to see if you can.
All right, I'm going to use my animal affinity stunt, which gives me a +2 to lore.
Okay.
When it's an animal that I'm familiar with, which Kabali being the gorilla that I'm familiar with, falls under that. I got a +4.
The DC was pretty high, and so that actually didn't quite succeed.
But how does it go wrong?
My head becomes the gorilla head.
This could be a really
Please.
great place to use a succeed with a consequence thing.
I mean, what if it's half his body split down the middle? What if it's just one arm and one leg? And it's you're split kind of halfway, but you're not having to worry about other appendages.
I could get halfway transformed, so I get bigger and my face gets grotesque.
See, I was thinking of having your face turn, and yeah, if you can get bigger, but yeah, you just do not look your arms don't go as you wanted, but you are somewhere between a gorilla and a man now, and you look completely disfigured, and you're not going to be able to turn back for a little while.
Oh, good. So, I transform like this. My arms are still bound because they didn't actually transform the way I wanted them to. And so I kind of let out a groan to the effect of sort of stand up and thrash about a little bit.
The soldiers around you grab hold of you as you're trying to stand up and thrash around. They throw you back down to the ground. Vic look over, kind of a sideways glance, and Zoo, what do you think you're doing?
This isn't helping the not a witch thing.
Just distraction.
Look, I think I know what's going on here. They think that we're Blythe and her company. We gotta convince them that we're not.
And you're
In
not
that
helping.
case, what I did not help. Yeah.
Ooh, I can do that. Shar stands up and clears her throat and says, "My good people that stand before me, all of us can be friends. This world is big enough for the love that we can all feel in our hearts. Search deep down and you're going to see what I mean." And I'm now going to spend a fate point to use my extra good vibes only. I have +8. Results in the affected parties listening to me talk and becoming friendly to each other, including myself.
Awesome. You see the muscles in their bodies just kind of like the tension roll out, and they slowly drop their guard.
You know, maybe that ET game wasn't so bad after all. I think I just need to give it another chance.
You should give love a chance, Chaos. Anything that brings love into your life brings light with it.
Yeah.
What in the friggin' heck is going on?
I'm affecting all of you guys too.
Yeah, chaos
Very
is
good.
rethinking
Okay,
his
well, in that case,
game hatred.
Zoo stops thrashing and relaxes. Just lays
That's
on the
right,
ground.
monkey man. Just take those deep breaths.
And you can see, like, obviously my nostrils have become large because of the transformation thing. And so it, like, you know,
So
I'm
we're doing
blowing
more
dust.
mucus?
Why are we
Are
talking
they-
about nostrils?
Are they hard nostrils, not
No,
sensitive?
They're not sensitive, but I'm just saying that, like, you know, I'm breathing out heavily into the dust, and so you can see the dust moving with my breath. That's all. Like, relax.
Keith just wanted to paint a word picture.
Yeah, guys.
I appreciate that. Thank
Jeez.
you.
It's like a
The
little,
friggin'
a
audio
little
medium that we're
Zen
doing.
garden.
Oh,
like
boy.
some dandelions that are blown through the air and then they spell sex.
Or
That's
like,
from the Lion King!
yes, I caught it. All right, the woman next to the commander whispers in his ear, and then he looks at all of you and asks, "So, if you're not here to help the Mongols, then are you willing to help us take back our country?"
Can you let me know, like, how the Mongols are hurting you? And Shar looks at Vic and is like, "I'm panicked."
Let's see here. What time? What year is it? Vic looks back at you and says, "You didn't pass history, did you?"
Past history? I mean, like, I'm part of history? It didn't just pass me, I tried to make my mark.
It's 1227. The Mongols have taken over China. Genghis Khan rules the Mongols, and they've been going through and taking what they can.
Okay, so 1227. Does anyone want sushi for lunch? Or should we get some dumplings?
I didn't mean time. It's the year's 1227.
I'm hungry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I would like some sushi.
Do they have sushi in
Pretty sure we're in the wrong country for sushi.
Don't make Chaos start talking about Nintendo again.
So I am not sure if Shar should, like, agree to help them take back their country, because I don't know this era personally. So is this something that, like, yes, we want Shar to agree, or, like, no, we just want to say that we'll, like, get the Mongols' weapons?
What are we trying to do again? Like,
We're trying to retrieve the weapons
okay, we're
that the
after
Mongols
weapons
have
that Blythe
gotten
left.
from Blythe.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, China is essentially the good guy of this time period. They do win, and it is their country, so we can, with good conscience, agree to help.
But was it always their country, or did they take
guys.
it away from the Mongols to begin with? Because
I mean, I think it's a lot more complex than that.
It is quite.
They're the bad guys. They're the bad guys.
Okay, so we're okay to like say, yes, we will help you take your country back.
Yeah.
Is that overpromising?
are we going to be there for a long time?
Does it matter if it's overpromising if we leave?
Okay. Shar turns back to the leader and says, I know not whence, when we shall have to leave this place, but while we are here, we will try to help bring love and peace to this region. And that means helping you.
I mean, are we sure we want to help them? So far, the Mongols have put us into 0 nets, while the Chinese have put us into 1 net.
It was in self-defense, Nathan.
I don't know why anyone would put us in nets. I'd say that we're generally pretty harmless and nice people.
Are we there?
You hacked a mechanical kangaroo.
That was trying to kill you. You're welcome.
Nice crack.
That was good. That was good.
Okay.
Prime comedy there.
All right. So, am I, because of the calm of Shar's words, am I back to being Zoo, or am I still half monkey man?
You're still half monkey man for the time being.
But you're a nice monkey man.
All right. Well, we've just proven canonically that I can talk still, so that's great.
Okay, I guess we can look past the fact that they put us in a net, and we can help them for the sake of history and mankind.
But only if they give us cookies.
Only if they give us.
Oh, I'm so glad that you've come to this conclusion, Nathan.
Nathan just like up and leaves. It goes back to the church and just sits in the pew and waits.
I mean, there is no real reason why we couldn't kill all of these Chinese people and set ourselves up as a dictatorship of our own.
Would that bring love and peace?
I mean, think about how much peace you could spread if you ruled the world.
Do not tempt Shar. She has a dark side.
But who has the cookies?
Now, I demand to know where your scout cookies are.
Or, fortune cookies. You probably have some good fortune cookies. I could use some guidance.
Ooh, I love those.
Fortune cookies are an American invention. They don't actually exist in China.
Are you sure? Every time I go to Panda Express, I get fortune cookies. And there's nowhere more authentic than Panda Express. There's even a lot of Asian people that work there.
Gosh.
Does Panda Express exist in 1997?
Nearly guarantee that it does. Hold on.
I do not understand what you mean by cookies. We do have this bow, and someone brings out this huge
1983
dumpling for you, Charlotte.
Perfect. Char bows herself with her hands put together and says, Namaste.
Oh my gosh, I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
That's Indian.
So
she
cringe.
doesn't know that.
Such cringe.
Zoo perks up and says, crikey, you guys got any soup dumplings? I like soup dumplings, Dad. Okay, sue me.
I don't know if bao was invented, was a thing in 1227, but we're going to say it is.
Is this 1227 AD or BC? I've forgotten.
AD.
Okay.
As you bite into the bao, your mouth is filled with odd flavors, a pickled quail egg, and other flavors that you've never actually had together.
Oh my gosh. Is this vegetarian? I love it.
Okay. The commander then motions for a soldier to open the door of the building behind him and asks, will you come inside to help plan a battle strategy?
Yes, but
I played tons of Command and Conquer. This will be easy.
Yeah, my whole group has to come with me. Char obviously thinks that they're just talking to her.
Naturally, we would like your entire group to help. Entire group minus Effie.
We miss Effie.
Zoo's actually going to hang out outside because he's gigantic and just like chat with the guards as a half gorilla monstrosity while you guys go inside.
They don't really want to stand near you.
Yep. That's fair. That's fair.
Would it make sense now that these are friendly people to like send someone to go get Effie?
I'm sure the friendliness will continue to last after they find two of their own who've died horrifically.
I meant one of us to go get Effie, or like a group of us to go get Effie, not them.
Dan, is there any way that I can like spend a fate point to complete my transformation?
Actually, yes. Effie's calm should be back on, right?
So I think right now would be a natural time to for her, if she wants to turn her comm back on, to reach out, and then we can get her back in.
Guys, I'm in the forest. I'm kind of sticky. Need a shower. Where'd you all go?
And if Zoo would like to spend a fate point, you can turn into a gorilla. And since you're not going in the house, if you want, you can go and reclaim your lost player.
Okay, so I will spend a fate point.
Do they have giant spiders in China?
Transform into a gorilla. And, bound off into the woods in search of Effie.
Hey, Effie? Zoo Gorilla is on his way to come and get you. We really need your help because we're planning a battle, and I know that you're amazing in battles.
Okay, I'll look out for the gorilla.
So, the door closes behind you. The room is a wooden building, and the inside of the room is decorated with these ornate woven tapestries that are full of color and show different designs. The commander leads you to a table that's in the middle that has a map on it. As soon as the door is shut behind you and everyone is around the table, the woman finally speaks up and says, "We need to take out the leader. Without a leader, they will leave."
Yeah, the old cut off the head of a snake strategy. I don't know, do they even have snakes in China?
The commander then says, "They seem to have received some equipment, some weapons that we do not know of."
Hold on, who's their leader? I'm just curious.
The woman responds, their leader is a man named Genghis Khan.
Khan!
I wanted you to do that so bad! Yes!
Sorry, guys, I just had to get that out of my system. I'm good now.
Their camps.
Do you know some scientists reckon that Genghis Khan is the father of almost all modern Asian races? Guy had a lot of wives.
There's something like 1 in 5 people has like descendants of Khan or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Their encampment is just over the ridge on the far side of the forest where we found you.
How many are there?
36. Counted them myself.
The commander says, "We do not have an exact count, but there are thousands."
And how many of you are there?
We have hundreds.
I always say it is better to start on a problem after a good night's sleep and a good breakfast. Let's worry about this tomorrow.
So the first thing we need to do is we need to send some villagers to gather supplies, and then we need to build barracks so we can start churning out more soldiers.
Are you playing C6 right now?
No, I was. Has this turned into the Magnificent Seven?
He's playing Civilization.
It's Age of Empires 3.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I see. Okay, I see where you.
At least it's Command and Conquer because I made sure that came out before this episode.
That's funny. Okay.
But yeah.
It was a video game reference.
Well, actually, Chaos, soldiers could come from barracks, but it would probably take them like at least 18 years before they're ready.
Huh. No, you have a point. And we already decided we don't want to stay here our entire lives, right?
Right.
And we don't have time to wait until the morning.
We've got a time ship. We can do whatever. We can go back to the time ship. He can take his nap. They can make soldiers. We can bring them to the time ship, and they can make soldiers in the time ship. Wait 18 years in the time void.
We're not doing that, Chaos.
Nobody should be making soldiers in the time ship.
That's how you get Time Lords.
Oh.
That's how you get time herpes.
So once I saw this movie where there was like 200 versus like 10,000, and they just had like a big stone area, and then people came riding on horses and saved them. So I'm pretty sure if we could like build a mountain really quick, we'll be okay.
Charlotte, don't you mean 300? And they all died.
Not all of them.
Sarah's talking about Lord of the Rings. Let me make this very clear.
Yeah, okay, it makes more sense.
This is the Two Towers.
So, what you're saying, Shar, is that we need a wizard?
Yes. Ooh, no. Oh my gosh. Effie and Zoo are our cavalry.
Somebody get me a pointy hat.
No, I'm saying like Effie would be Gandalf. And or no, Zoo is Gandalf and Effie is Aylmer in this situation. Because Zoo went to go and get Effie.
Actually,
technically,
Gandalf.
Effie is like all of the Rohirrim.
I am the Rohirrim.
Yeah! I'm really sorry that I hijacked the podcast with Lord of the Rings. It was bound to happen at some point,
Don't
guys.
apologize.
Maybe Beth can turn herself into a mountain. I'm going to ask. I'll ask if Beth can turn into a mountain.
Why are you trying to talk to Beth? Of course Beth can't turn into a mountain.
I mean, I figured I'd just ask her.
You won't get anything out of her. She can't talk.
Yeah, she can. I talked to her the other day. She seemed nice.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, she's kind of...
You can't talk to Beth.
She's kind of Russian and a little bit depressed.
Chaos, I don't know what kind of world you're living in, what kind of fantasies you have or about machines. But
This is getting awkward, guys.
Hurry, finish your sentence, Dan. It's getting worse.
But Beth doesn't speak.
No, she definitely does. She's a real person, kind of. I mean, a ship person. It's right there in the name, bioelectric time hopper. She's got bio components. Hey, Beth, are you there?
Hello, Chaos.
Hi, Beth. So we were going over different strategic opportunities, and I wanted to know, can you be a mountain?
How come Beth's never talked to me?
Unfortunately, that is outside of my protocol.
Maybe I could hack you and we can make you as big as a mountain.
Please don't go hacking Beth.
I believe that would make me feel very uncomfortable.
Is she actually talking to you?
Yeah, no, body dysmorphia is a real thing and I respect that. I'm sorry for asking.
Thank you, Chaos. You are a respectful young man.
You're welcome. Sorry, guys, the answer is no. Beth cannot become a mountain. I'd like to go get a look at this camp myself. I think that would help. You have to send scouts out there so the fog of war disappears, and that way you can see what you're dealing with so you can counter-build the right army.
Yes, reconnoitering is recommended.
Legitimately, Effie and I are actually out there right now, so...
Yeah, you could ask us what we see over comms. That'd be cool.
Do it.
So, here are the thoughts that I had. You can either do an infiltration mission, where you become Mongols, pretend that you're Mongols are on their side because Blythe already did that. You can kind of go around their camp and come from the backside. You can go right to their camp. I wrote down you could try to seduce Genghis Khan to get the weapons back. You can challenge them to single combat. You can go out all fight.
Bear versus Khan.
And go out and fight and try and fight the entire camp. So those are some ideas, but you can come up with your own.
Is Kangaskhan interested in sensitive nostrils?
We could put a wig on you.
Are you planning a honey trap, Nathan?
Listen, I think that cross-dressing is unfairly stigmatized, and he can be whatever, or, Van Helsing can be whatever they want to be. It's okay.
Hey fam, sorry to interrupt these jaunts through the timeline with something as boring as ads, but here are a few words from our sponsors.
This episode has been brought to you by Mong Girl Scouts Cookies. Celebrate a proud tradition of raiding the steppes by supporting your local tribe. All Mong Girl Scouts cookies are made with real goat lard and yak milk for an authentic experience. Use the code STIRRUPS for a free military upgrade at checkout. Mong Girl Scouts Cookies. Hey Dan, did we not get cookies because they were Chinese scouts?
Ugh. Hey there, folks. Sarah here, aka Charlotte Rossetti, aka Char. Thanks so much for listening.
Nathan, identity theft is not a joke.
We know there's a lot of content out there to consume.
Are you kidding me?
So the fact that you have taken this time to bear with our ragtag group as we gallivant across the universe means a lot. If you'd like to just subscribe on your listening platform and or leave an iTunes review, we would really appreciate it. And don't forget to follow and share our content on social media, where you can find us as Fantasy Adventure Machine.
That doesn't even sound like me.
It doesn't matter.
Now that you're planning and trying to figure out what you're going to do, let's actually see if we can get Zoo and Effie back into the group. Zoo, as you're running through the woods, running through all these different trees in your gorilla form, you catch faintly a familiar scent. Oh, Sarah Jean's face says scent. Roll notice to see if you can catch that. roll me a notice to see if you can figure out what that scent is.
Okay, I got a +3.
Okay. So
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Yes. So you've actually in your gorilla form, you've actually smelled this before back in Australia.
So I catch a...
Wait, describe my scent as if we're in a YA novel.
Whoa. Okay, so as I swing through the trees, a faint odor tickles my prominent nostrils. The smell of mucus and oil and no, okay. So actually, I catch a sharp metallic scent on the air, which definitely does not belong in 1227 China, and it reminds me of the kangaroos in Australia, and specifically of Effie, who I've now obviously spent some time with. So I lock onto this scent and begin moving towards it, and very quickly I stumble across her handiwork of the guy that is now definitely prone on the ground, stuck to the ground, not moving. I see the other soldier who's spinning lazily from the substance that's stuck to his head, the silly string stuck to his head. And I find her little cocoon in the tree, and I keep searching for her. So I'm swinging through the trees around the area of her handiwork, and I am up pretty high, and so I catch a glint of metal in the underbrush of the trees, and I drop down just to the side of her, and I land quite heavily on my feet and on my fists, and then I stand up really big, and I drum my chest, and then I sort of gently punch her in the arm, and I say, "Effie, I found you!" And then I found her.
But it was a decoy, and then I grabbed her from behind. No.
And then you give yourself a pat on the back.
Effie, you've been found. Go on.
We have an easy camaraderie because I'm punching you in the shoulder to indicate that I think of you as a cool human being.
As
a bro.
Cool gorilla bro.
Yeah.
If you want, you can punch him back and
using
actually
my
do some damage.
cyborg arm, I punch you back in the shoulder.
Damage.
Roll me for that punch.
Oh, is it really that hard?
I
of a punch?
punched her first, and I'm huge.
But you're not cybernetically enhanced.
Well, you said that you gently punched her.
Okay, well, I think I'll be okay.
This is physique, right?
Or
Yes.
fight.
So I get 1 average.
Okay. Do you want to roll a physique to shrug that off?
I get a +4.
Okay. Yeah. So to you, it felt like the punch that you gave her, but she gave it back to you. So.
Yep. Cool. Okay.
Hello, Zoo Man.
Hi, Effie. So I saw what you did to the Chinese soldiers, and the thing is, we're kind of buddies now. So maybe don't tell them about that. But we should get back. Everybody's there, and what I heard on the comms, they're planning on some kind of strategy that requires a mountain. I feel like we probably need to be there. And so I sort of start lumbering off towards the camp with Effie behind me.
Okay. At this time, I guess at this time you hear Chaos's idea of scouting out the place. So.
Okay, so I respond. So I turn my comm on. Hey, Chaos.
Hey, what's up?
I found Effie. I heard you say you wanted to do some scouting. Effie and I are probably thinking the same thing. You want to meet us out here, and we'll go looking for some Mongols.
I'll meet you out on the ridge just past the camp. Everything the sun touches belongs to me.
That's okay.
What?
I live in the Shadow Place.
Elephant graveyard.
Yep.
Down under.
All right, so let's.
So we meet on the ridge to reconnoiter.
I think we should just look around.
Reconnoitering is spying.
Question.
Y'all.
Are we all supposed to go scouting, or are some
It
of
is
us
your
not?
choice.
It is the group's choice of whether you're going to stay with the commander to help plan, or you're all going to scout.
To be clear,
I mean, what do you guys think is like more entertaining?
my plan, at least for Chaos, is to look down at the camp and then just decide to walk into it. You can decide. Yes, I know what reconnoiter means. Chaos does not.
I've been reading up on Chinese war strategies on ChineseWarStrategies.blogspot.com. And I've got some ideas.
Okay, cool. Then if you would, we'll cut back to you in a little bit.
Man, Char's lessons on the internet have been really helpful for you, huh?
He's just got Char's phone. She's talking to people. He's over in the corner.
Okay, so Dan, what do you want to do as our GM man?
Okay, so actually,
because you have 3 plans right now.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Char's not involved in any of them.
Well, you're kind of our envoy to the group, it seems.
So what I want to do is I want to actually have you two turned around and you're heading back to the ridge. Walking through the forest, you've passed Beth, actually. You see Beth nestled in the clearing, and you're going back to where Vic was leading you, just as you are about to get to the tree line. Let me roll for this to see how... Oh, wow. Okay. Surprise attack! Actually, you can roll notice, but I rolled 4 4s on my stealth.
You rolled 4 4s? What does that even mean?
I mean, 4 pluses. I've rolled 4 pluses.
Okay, well, for notice, I got +3.
How'd you do, Effie?
I got fair.
Surprise attack!
For real this time.
I love it.
Wow. So the Mongols are actually going to go first. These are actually Mongols, and they jump out from the trees with spears and clubs, and there are a fair number of them. So they are going to immediately attack you. Ooh, and they are going to... Oh, wow. They are going to go after Zoo, who is the closest to them. So why don't you roll me a physique or something to shrug off some bad guys.
Okay, well, I'm going to roll fight. And so that will be +5.
So I actually currently have a 4-shift hit on you.
You rolled a 9?
Yes. Because the way that groups of people work is that each one can give a +1. So with this, I was able to get a 9 on this.
Okay, so what just happened?
Well, they're fighting together, and you're kind of fighting individually. So
right, so you got a 4-shift hit against me, so I will take a 4 box of physical stress.
Okay.
No, Kabali.
Yeah, it does not feel good to be clubbed.
Got it.
Okay. Zoo, your notice was higher than Effie's, so why don't you go next, and then Effie after that?
Okay. I got a +9.
Okay, so what are you doing? Describe what you're doing.
Okay, so basically the way it went down was that the group of them sort of jumped me, and so there's a lot of them currently wailing into me with clubs and stuff, right? And you see my 2 massive gorilla arms sort of shoot out from the middle of this scrimmage, and I grab the throats of 2 of these Mongols, and I squeeze while they're still wailing on me. I crush their windpipes and drop them to the floor.
See, here, I thought he was just gonna bang their heads together to get them out of the fight, but no, he's like, I'm just going up and I'm killing them.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Okay.
Let the bodies.
Effie, it is your turn.
I will turn my gun arm into a Gatling gun.
Okay.
And I rolled a 7. And also I have to use a fate point for that, right?
No, with the shooting, no. You're not adding an effect on the scene, so... unless you want to get a +3 to the roll.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. So I actually got a +8 for my... But that's okay. I rolled 4 pluses again. That was...
Hey.
Jeez, you went from rolling like -3 to like the best possible option.
Like, so what we've learned here is the Chinese soldiers suck, and the Mongols are real good. Are we on the right side?
So they are actually going to, seeing your big frame, take out 2 of them immediately. They are going to go after Effie instead, and they're going to try and spear and club Effie. They surround her and start like trying to smack her with their clubs and poke her with their spears.
Even though I'm speeding at continuous rate of fire.
Roll me something to get you out of that situation.
I got a 4.
You got a 4. Okay, I got a 5. Yeah, currently there's a 1-shift hit against you, so if you want, you can take it.
Okay.
You said, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Zoo, it is your turn.
Okay,
do the Donkey Kong tornado.
Ooh, yeah, charge up your Donkey Kong fist.
Spin around, hit the ground. Pick one
I'm
up and throw him off the
actually
edge.
All right, I get it. Donkey Kong is a thing, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up the corpse of one of the Mongols.
This isn't in Smash Brothers.
Carry it over your shoulder, walk it over to the edge of the map, and throw it.
I'm gonna hurl the corpse directly at the group that is trying to attack Effie. Think like in the circus where you get a baseball and you try and knock over the pins. That's what's happening right now.
Okay, so you're not throwing it, you're using it as a battering ram.
No, I'm throwing the corpse.
But what part of the body are you holding when you let it go? By the ankles and then it goes...
No, so I have...
That was good podcast, Sarah. Thank you.
By one leg and by its neck, right? So I have over my head, the horizontal corpse of a Mongol.
And you're throwing it.
And I hurl it directly at the group that is attacking Effie.
So since this is a hurl or a throw, you will need to use your shoot skill.
I'm gonna say, can I use physique? Because it's a very huge feat of strength. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna argue that this is a physique.
Well, you are attacking, so it's a feat of strength, you said, to basically pick him up, which is true. It's a feat of strength to pick him up, so if you want, you can roll physique to see if you can pick up the body. But for throwing it...
All right, fine. Well, I got a +4 with 0 on the skills section, so I think I'm doing okay.
Okay.
So +4 for shoot.
For shoot, that is actually pretty good. Let me see here. That was actually enough to take out 2 more of them.
Yes.
So, so describe to me that scene.
Okay, so I've got him over my shoulders, and I lean back, and I use all my gorilla strength, and I hurl this guy's body directly at the group. And basically, it's a little bit off center, so it doesn't hit all of them, right? But it collects the 2 to the left, and basically you just hear the horrible sound of bones crunching as these 2 are collected by this flying corpse and thrown off the edge.
Let's go back to Sarah. Hey, to Effie. Effie, there are now just 2 next to you. 2 of the Mongols that were behind you were just thrown to the ground with a lifeless body, and you have 2 in front of you. So what do you do?
What are those things that are like a rope and then 2 stones?
There are 2 stones on either end, and there's a rope in the middle. I think it's called a bolos.
I want to shoot one of those and try and grab both of them and make them smack their heads together.
No, basically, if you shoot them and you get a 2-shift hit, you would deal damage to both of them.
I got 5.
You currently have a 4-shift. You've have a 4-shift hit on these people. So go ahead and describe. You succeeded with style. So go ahead and describe how you do this, no matter how you do it, whether it's the bolus or you just shoot them.
The bolus shoots out of my cannon arm and wraps around their shoulders, making them go chest to chest in a very adorable way. And then the rocks at the end go and hit them on the sides of the head.
Then they crumble to the ground,
bleeding profusely from massive head injuries.
There are no more Mongols. Congratulations. And also, this brings up one of the house rules with our podcast. Normally, what would happen is, now that we're out of combat, all of your stress would go away. But the way that we're playing is you keep your stress until we get back to Beth at the end of the mission.
In that case, I want to describe what that looks like. So I got a 4 stress in that battle. So basically, there are some cuts across my chest. There is a split underneath my right gorilla eye. And it looks like I've taken a fair bit of beating. I'm quite ruffled, like my fur is quite ruffled. And that will stay and transform with me when I go back to being Zuman.
Cool. I like it. Thanks. So with that, the ridge is just beyond the tree line and up there beyond. And with that, we are going to go back to Van Helsing, Charlotte, and Vic, who are planning a strategy with the Chinese.
I have a lot of plans. What do you want to hear about? Startle the snake by hitting the grass around it. When you cannot detect the opponent's plan, launch a direct but brief attack and observe your opponent's reactions. His behavior will reveal his strategy. Tossing a brick to get a jade. Prepare a trap, then lure your enemy into the trap by using a bait. In war, the trap is the illusion of an opportunity for gain. In life, the bait is the illusion of wealth, power, and sex.
I'm picturing that Van Helsing just took a book out of his medical bag and is now reading out of this book to everyone.
I'm sure he pulled it from the ship's library.
We are going with the Van Helsing honey trap.
Okay. Knife sheathed in a smile. Charm and integrate yourself to your enemy. When you have gained his trust, you move against him in secret.
I really am leaning into this whole like Van Helsing going and like seducing Genghis Khan, even if it's like as a friend.
Okay.
You pretend to be friends with Blythe. Get in there. Take Char, because she's good at convincing people.
All right, knife sheathed in a smile it is.
Do we think that's the best idea? Because if you think so, then we can go with that.
You know, I think that, like, Vic, if you give me your trench coat and I have some contour stuff in my bag, give me like 15 minutes tops, and I think I can make a pretty convincing Blythe.
Honestly, I think that might work.
Yes, let's do it.
So then we have a quick montage of Shar doing her makeup. There's like some glitter around the edge of the screen. And surprisingly, Vic's trench coat actually fits Shar pretty well.
Yep. So please roll me a deceive on that to see how well you look like Blythe.
Cool. I have a +4. I rolled +1, and I have +3 in deceive.
So great. You don't look too bad. I mean, like, you could pass as Blythe. So yeah. Okay.
Hey, Vic. How would you describe Blythe's mannerisms?
Well, I've known her for a long time. I guess for what we're needing, I'll dredge up some old memories.
Doodaloo, doodaloo, doodaloo.
So with that, we're going to cut to Chaos, Zoo, and Effie, who are now on the ridge together, looking down into the Mongol camp that you can see just peeking out from behind a hill.
Hey, Dan, can you remind me what time of day it is right now?
Whew.
Lunch, remember? Talked earlier about sushi.
Actually, right now, it is early afternoon, I would say. So.
Okay, cool.
Hey guys, sorry it took me a minute. I wanted to bring you some lunch for our stakeout, but they didn't have any of those little white takeout containers. So I had to give up on that.
What?
No steamed rice in a box, huh?
Yeah, no, they were confused. I don't think this is China, guys. I think this is something else.
Zoo, in gorilla form, sort of slumps and begins to shift back into his human self, and he's very hungry, and so he's also very disappointed about the fact that there is no steamed rice.
Anyway, I hope you guys didn't have too much trouble getting here.
Yeah, you can definitely see that I'm a little bit cut up.
Can I just say that I really stan like small talk chaos?
I'm still trying to figure out who this character is. I'm kind of enjoying
I think
this.
it's coming along.
You know what? You're a teenager. You should be still trying to figure out who you are.
I mean, I'm 31 and I'm still trying to figure out who I am.
All right, let's do a little look-see. Let's take a look at this camp. I'm very excited. Never seen Mongols in real life before.
Yeah, the feeling is a little overrated.
Oh, come on. These guys were the terror of the ancient world. They had bows and very famous for their horses. And I think my history teacher said stirrups were important.
Okay. If you want to have a look at some, there are 6 back there. They're dead, so...
Were there horses?
Safe.
Wait.
No, there weren't any horses.
Then how do you know they were Mongols?
There was a stirrup, but no horses.
Yeah,
because the DM said
so. One of them had a short bow and a little picture of a horse that he carried in his purse.
In his purse?
Are you saying that you raided the corpses? What were you looking for? Some lunch?
Yeah, I'm hungry, alright?
Chaos gives a long look to Zoomin, and then he just army crawls up to the edge of the hill to look over it.
Alright, listen. I'm gonna go down there as Bruce. He's an Andean condor, it'll be great. I'll have a look, I'll scout around, and then when I get back, we can make a plan, okay?
I told you they're famous for arrows. Arrows seem bad for condors.
I mean, they're not gonna know it's me, Chaos.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, for sure. You do that.
Alright, but no funny business. You just stay here with Effie, alright?
I'm very reliable. That's what my 3rd grade teacher said.
I'm a little bit concerned that all of your references are your teachers. But, okay, so Zoo will transform into Bruce the Andean condor.
Okay, describe to me how this is, because this is your first time.
Okay, so I've just shifted
It's
down
your first
from
time, so tell us how it went.
It kind of hurt a little.
It's just your first time, Keith. I just wanted to make it special.
Okay. All right. So, Zoo obviously has only transformed a couple of times, the first time being in Australia when he was faced with those kangaroos. And so he's not really sure how this is going to go. And he's obviously a bit tired because of the whole gorilla thing. But this somehow feels easier than the gorilla. Instead of gaining mass, he's losing it. And so the first thing that happens is that his whole body begins to shrink, with his arms extending as his legs shrink down to the right size. Feathers sprout across his body, his face and mouth harden into a beak. And within a matter of minutes, he is kicking up off the ground with enormous wingspan as he flies over the ridge and over the Mongol camp.
Is the condor a bird native to China?
I don't think so.
South America? South America, I think.
I would love it if someone notices. I think that would be very funny.
Chaos turns to Effie.
Have you ever seen that movie Condor Man?
That's
no.
actually my favorite.
It's a pretty good movie.
I'll take your word for it, Chaos.
The condor in that movie does not look like that, though. So I'm gonna go closer and check it out. You can come if you want.
Okay. I'll go with you, Knockout.
Yeah, I like that name. That's a good nickname. You think of good nicknames. Let's do the thing.
Zoo takes this moment to fly back over the ridge and sees Chaos and Effie working their way down into the camp.
And he shits on them.
In the distance, you just hear, "Son of a bitch!"
Hey fam, thanks for listening today. We'll see you next week for Racquetball.